Beautiful Charlotte, North Carolina, the site for the Spurs. As natural of a scorer as you'll find in the game. DeMar DeRozan looking to lead the way. He'll be a key factor for sure in the offense tonight as they prepare for the game at Spectrum Center. Spurs, Hornets, just moments away right after this. And thank you for joining us for this Valentine's Day presentation of the NBA. It's a matchup you're going to love. Right here. Hey, Dave.
Hey, Kevin.
Great stuff as always, DA. Thanks. Well, a chance to check out some stats for him.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
And a look at the starters for San Antonio. We've got DeRozan. White is out there with Murray. Then there's Pirtle, and it's Johnson in at the small forward. And for Charlotte, Washington and Zeller are in the middle. Ball out there with Rozier, and it's Hayward in at the 3. Clock at 4. Here's White. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And for our viewers tonight, don't blink. Clark, you might miss something.
Do not blink. Do not put your eyes on your popcorn or whatever snack you're having while you're watching this one. They get up and down in a hurry, both of these squads. Execution on the fast break will probably determine the outcome in this one. Fast break points, a big stat to keep an eye on.
Hayward passes to Zeller. Back to Hayward. Here's the 3. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Yeah, you know, in Cody Zeller, I think they've got a guy who does all the little things like making good, smart passes and creating open shots for others.
Spurs working the ball around now. Johnson against Hayward. San Antonio again turning it over. About 1 minute into the first quarter. White against Rozier. Ball with the bucket.
Rozier showing you nice feel for recognizing that one of his guys was wide open and got him the ball.
Here's DeRozan. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Hayward, and it's good off the back of the rim and in. Hayward's got 5 points so far.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that. But nice timing on these jumps. He's somewhat on the small side for a power forward, but he just never gives up. You know, for a young fella, P.J. Washington is starting to show some real skill as a trash talker. I mean, he said back in high school, some people are not mentally strong. So I try to get in their heads a little bit, and so far it seems to be working.
There's 49 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. From deep. That shot is off. So the Spurs will take it the other way. They are coming off that win against Atlanta.
Mental toughness on the road. The arena was rocking, but they just got down to business and never let up.
Well, you know, it takes character, poise, toughness to win on the road, and that's exactly what they showed last game.
Here's Rozier, and no good, trying to use the glass. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for San Antonio, trailing by 2. DeRozan with it. 6 points for him. Over Zeller.
Really good to see Zeller put himself in position to contest that shot.
So it's Gordon Hayward making things happen for Charlotte. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And we resume our Valentine's Day broadcast. Glad to have you with us. Looking at what we've seen from the Hornets, what do you think?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
Yeah, and you know, so many of their hoops came off an assist, which is a good sign of ball movement and sharing that ball.
Bismack Biyombo is out there with Bridges, and there's Monk, and it's Martin, and it's small forward. So that's the group out there for Charlotte. Here's Biyombo. Eubanks grabs the miss.
Well, you will not see that from him very often, especially right at the rim.
And Walker gets it to go on the assist by Mills. And it's a tie ball game.
Yeah, you know, Mills is one of those energizing players who does a little bit of everything, including finding his open teammates.
Outside, Martin. Combo dishes to Martin. Here's Monk. The 17-footer goes down. Monk's got his first 2 points.
Yeah, you know, I like watching Monk stroke it from the mid-range. We know he's got deep range, but that mid-range makes him hard to guard.
Biyombo with the block. Outside, Martin. Martin finds Bridges. Outside, Martin. It's Martin on the wing. And for three. He can't get it to go. And San Antonio will go the other way with it. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Detroit, where they'll face the Pistons. And they're in the thick of this long road run. That's the third of 7 straight on the road. Charlotte in the lead. And now the fast break. Bridges with the ball. And a chance here now to take a look at the teams that are tops in the league in scoring points off turnovers. In third, the Hornets.
They're so aware defensively. I mean, an opportunistic group in terms of forcing miscues and getting out in transition. And boy, do they do a great job of taking advantage.
And that one falls for Bridges.
Well, it's so good to see players like Bridges improving season to season. You can tell he's putting the time and work in.
And the Hornets making a change here. Washington's checked in. It's DeRozan with the drive. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. DeRozan's got 8 points.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
To the left side wing. Washington inside. DeRozan defending.
Well, that's a rebounding clinic right there. He boxed out and then went up aggressively and strong for it.
Here's Walker and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
Boy, a really good shot blocker for a wing. Bridges elevates quickly and has an excellent sense of timing.
And that one is off. Gay with the defensive effort. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Shot's good by Walker. Walker's got the lead up to 1 now for San Antonio.
Could have been much better defense. I mean, you can't give this guy any room to operate.
Monk kicks to Bridges. And it's slammed in by Bridges.
That athletic ability gets Bridges to the rim there. He almost totally shrugged off the defense.
Outside DeRozan. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one. And the teams are going to have to wait before heading to the locker room. They're going to bring out the monitor and see if he got that shot off in time.
And the footage relayed to the officials from the replay center in Secaucus, I think he got it off in time. The replay leaving little doubt.
But to me, it's worth being certain. And that's why we have replay, to get these big calls right.
Now they're going to switch the call. There is no doubt in looking at the replay that he got it off in time.
Well, it's good they decided to take another look at it. I know some folks don't like how replay slows the game down and interrupts the flow, but when you have it there, you got to use it.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. A pretty close game for the Spurs throughout the first quarter. Some good moments from both teams, but as the first period wrapped up, they trailed by 2. Even though he's been a 20-point scorer for almost a decade, it seems everyone wants more from DeMar DeRozan. Big fella, is that a fair take from fans?
You know, with analytics taking over, I think people complain about the lack of three-pointers he makes. But to me, 20 points a night is 20 points a night. It's simple math. 32 plus 2 is 5.
True. DeRozan's still an efficient scorer, Ernie. And if you don't want that flashy guy running around, but you want an efficiency, you get it from DeMar DeRozan. 2 plus what?
That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game. We go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You gotta like what DeMar DeRozan has done in this game.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
Yeah, you know what? I think he's doing exactly what he has to do. Using his body, shaking off contact, and then finishing at the rim.
Greg, you were drafted 12th overall by the New York Knicks and then 2nd overall by the Grizzlies in the expansion draft. So you've had a very unique view of being in that position in 2 different settings.
Yeah, I mean, 2 very different cities, but really each beautiful in its own way. The New York draft, obviously coming out of college, that was like a dream come true to go and play for Pat Riley and then get the opportunity to go and be a part of a brand new team in a new country, if you will, was also a really cool experience as well.
I hope we can take a petition started by you and me to get the NBA back in Vancouver. I miss
and
going
Seattle,
to Vancouver.
right? Let's get back in
and
both
Seattle.
those cities.
Exactly. Here's who Greg Popovich is starting in the second half. Derek White is out there with DeJounte Murray. Then it's Johnson, then it's DeRozan, and it's Pirtle in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Spurs leading by 3.
And you watch DeRozan play, he still has that explosiveness. Great first step out of the triple threat position, can switch directions on the go, is still a handful to slow on the perimeter.
6 on the shot clock. Murray, good.
Tell you what, guys, you've got to be more aware of Murray there. When he's aggressive like that, he can cause problems.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Here's Ball. Rebound by Murray. Craig, with the explosiveness you talked about with DeRozan, it helps that he finishes so well when he gets to the rim.
And maybe not what he once was, but he is still an elite level athlete. Doesn't only have to drop the hammer when he gets to the rim either. Very smooth at adjusting mid-flight to finish at the rim.
And, you know, after starting 0 for 3 this half, they finally get one down.
White the pass to Murray. Back to White. Down low, Pirtle. And the dunk by Pirtle.
You know, whenever White sees an open teammate, he's getting the ball to him right away. No hesitation.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hornets.
And Jakob Pirtle, he's carved himself a good chunk of rotation minutes with how he's played.
Yeah, I love his game. I like his agility. I like his hands, his touch. I mean, he's a big, mobile guy. I think he's gotten to a good spot where he's dangerous in pick and roll action now too, Greg. A solid defender. A guy like that is always going to find minutes.
Here's what Charlotte's going with right now. Miles Bridges comes in for P.J. Washington. And Martin subbed in for Terry Rozier. Murray against Ball. And that one drops. Miles got the lead back up to 7 now for the Spurs.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
The shot's good from Gordon Hayward.
And how about Hayward mixing it up inside there? Shows he can score on either side of the three-point line and really makes him more difficult to guard.
Here's Murray. Can't connect from 13 feet out.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And Hayward with the stuff.
Well, I tell you, Bridges doing a nice job there, and his teammates appreciate when he looks to get them involved.
Now Murray. And you can see his scoring totals. Those are some pretty good numbers. He's putting up close to 15 points a game on average. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. Spurs lead by 3. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our 4th quarter coming up next. And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Spurs leading by 3. We've got Cody Zeller. Martin is out there with Bridges. And there's Monk. And it's Martin in at the 2 spot. So that's the group out there for Charlotte. They get it back. Nice shot by Pirtle. Pirtle's got the 4th quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Spurs. And here is Monk. Pass to Martin. To the paint. Here's Zeller, shoots over Pirtle, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
Well, that's a case where the defense was working hard to shut Zeller down, but he just kind of powered through to draw the foul.
Some changes for Charlotte. P.J. Washington, he's checked in for Martin, and Terry Rozier subbed in for Martin. And for the Spurs, they're shooting about 59% from the floor offensively. They've been running without a hitch. Mills finds DeRozan. It's deflected.
Even though he's not the tallest power forward, Washington does have good bounce and a long reach. Plays bigger than he is.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
Nice ball movement by San Antonio. DeRozan's shot is off. And here's Rozier. He brings it up for the Hornets. Zeller with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. White against Rozier to take the lead. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Rozier doing a nice job working himself through contact to draw the foul.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for San Antonio?
And I like how they've taken the high percentage shot in the paint. In that first half, we saw them doing it, and they've continued to succeed as the game has worn on.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
White against Rozier. Yep, that one goes.
Boy, White continues to be aggressive looking at that mid-range shot, and I know why. He's got a nice touch from there.
Charlotte trailing. Ball kicks to Bridges. Back to Ball. Rozier looking around. It's in!
Well, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game. Yes.
Here's DeRozan. Not going to go that time. And here's Charlotte. As Rozier comes.
Absolutely fearless is Scary Terry. Nothing holding this guy back in the big moments.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. They trail by 3. There's 42 seconds left in the 4th quarter. And now, a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Gordon Hayward.
And his percentage from the field tonight seems almost made up. I didn't think think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
Gordon Hayward's checked in for Charlotte. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
During that break, Greg Popovich really had some strong advice for his team. This is still a close game, and he told his guys, we're not far away. We can still get this one. If we seize the moment, we can walk away with the win. Guys?
DeRozan, outside, White. Murray outside. Here's DeRozan, and they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Turning up the temperature on his intensity that time. DeRozan getting it done in the big-time moments.
And if they go on to win this, they can look back at that free throw as the pivotal moment.
And Hayward with the stuff.
And guys, with multiple game winners on his resume, Hayward is dependable in those late game situations.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 2. 24 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. 24 seconds left in the fourth quarter. That's tipped, and it's out of bounds. The Spurs able to retain possession here. And now another look at that mobile one-block defensive performance.
The defensive awareness, the timing, when you have to face a defender that can reject you like that, it can alter your approach.
Here's DeRozan. It's rebounded by Charlotte, and that's an intentional foul.
And you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
Sure, it's not over. The clock is as much a problem for them as the score is right now, so they've got to try to manage it.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
And he steps up and knocks them down, making it a 2-possession game.
Here's San Antonio.
No time to waste on this possession.
Got to go right up with it and then foul immediately.
Twelve seconds left here in the fourth quarter. They're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
But there was no time really to be selective. Stopping the clock was the priority.
So he gets them both, and it's a 6-point ball game.
And that's curtains for him. Some really good work at the charity stripe to close this one out.
Murray kicks to White. From deep 3-point range, it's off. And so it's Charlotte with the win. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.
Yeah, but I really got a sense that the fans gave them that